The 1-2. On a bounce, Swanson will pick it up. And now racing at Garrett Hampson. He's got him.
What a
and he's
play.
out.
What a play.
This might be one of my favorite breakdowns I ever do for the Cubs. Two of the most amazing plays, and they happened in the same game, and one of them ended the game. The Cubs are supposed to play defense. They're supposed to pitch, and that's exactly what they did tonight. Let's start with this play from Pete Crow-Armstrong. And, I mean, can we just admit this right now? If Pete Crow-Armstrong does not win a Gold Glove this year, I'm going to be disappointed. Will you be disappointed? Let me know in the comments. All right, fourth inning. Fly ball, center field, Moreno. Josh Naylor is tagging up. Why is Josh Naylor tagging up? Well, it was a pretty deep one. And what is that throw? And how do you call that? How do you call that safe? If it's that close, you reward the best throw that you're going to see in 2025. I don't know who the umpire is at third base there, but, oh, by the way, take a look at Gage Workman's glove. That ball is submerged. That's how much heat is behind that from Pete Crow-Armstrong. That ball is submerged through his glove. It's through the glove. Gotta call him out. How do you not call him out? Did anyone else get Rick and Keel vibes from that one? I mean, I don't know. That play to this day, don't care if you're a Cardinals fan, Cubs fan, Brewers fan, Yankees fan, whatever you are, that still is ingrained in my mind. Difference is that the guy going to third on that one, I don't know who it was, but he looked fast. Meanwhile, Josh Naylor, and I think his third base coach is reminding him right here, you are in the 7th percentile for speed, bro. Why are you going on that? You don't have a yellow light. You have the red light. It's probably what his third base coach was saying. All right, Marquis, zooming in here. This is the shot that Marquis was showing again and again and again. Very difficult to see what's going on here, but we're going to break down 2 frames that they show from 2 different angles. So the first one, this is where they stop it. And when they stop it right here, you're wondering, okay, is the glove, you can tell most likely that his hand is not touching the bag, but is Gage Workman's glove touching Josh Naylor's hand? And so we're going to zoom in, and we're going to see this other angle that is right down from almost kind of like the catcher's position. And you can tell, yes, very clearly that Josh Naylor's hand is not touching third base, but it's still really hard to tell. Maybe Gage Workman's glove is like kissing Josh Naylor's fingertips. The very next frame, literally, you can't go any slower than the next frame. Wow. I mean, yes, Gage Workman's glove is touching Josh Naylor at that point. And yes, Josh Naylor's hand is touching the bag at that point. What do? Again, the umpire should have called him out. You have to give that kind of throw some credit. So I think that's why New York ended up saying, yeah, he's out. Because they all looked at each other and said, it's PCA, right? Like, we got to give it to him. We got to. And Pete Crow-Armstrong just giving it to the crowd. So this is the big one here, the 9th inning. And Cubs fans, in case you haven't heard, every single Astros fan is saying thanks for taking Ryan Presley. Stressley Presley was his nickname. Now, keep in mind, in his last, I think it was 54 games, something around there, 55 maybe. He had a 2.67 ERA last year, but the first 5 or so games were just atrocious. So I'm sure Astros fans just kept on seeing this guy go out there again and again and again with an ERA over 4 and just thought he was having a terrible season. But at the end of the day, it was a really bad start to the season and a really great, pretty much 90% of the year that he was out there. But he has not been good so far for the Cubs, and this outing was no different. Josh Naylor, single right up the middle. You've got yourself a 3-run ball game. Okay, so for that reason, no big deal, right? Well, Eugenio Suarez, or as Pat Hughes says, Eugenio Suarez. Not sure why he says it that way, but he does. His 4th home run of this series. Not 3rd, not 2nd. We've only played in 3 games, and he's hit 4 home runs. All of the other ones on off speed. This one on a fastball. And Ryan Presley's like, okay, here we go. Pete Crow-Armstrong, I get it. You made a great play earlier in the game, but, like, dude, what are we doing here? The ball is a good 3 to 4 rows up, and you act like you're right there. I mean, look at that. That's very far away, brother. We need you safe. We need you not injured. Save your body. Save it. All right. Makes it a 4-3 game. Then Gabby Moreno with a base hit. There's still nobody out, y'all. At this point, I'm thinking, okay, Matt Shaw, your first Major League home run out the door. Kyle Tucker, your first home run as a Cub, which, by the way, they did that earlier on the night. Shonen Managa, your 7 innings of just amazing pitching out the window. This ball game is done. The Cubs have blown a 3-run lead in the 9th inning. That's where I was at. Where were you at? Let me know in the comments. Stressley Presley, here we go. Jake McCarthy strikes out after a failed bunt attempt. Thank you, Jake McCarthy. And then Perdomo, birdies at Swanson. Swanson birdie. Either way, birdie makes the catch. And then Ketel Marte walks, which I'm okay with because last year, if you don't remember, with 2 outs off Adbert Alzolay, he hit a game-tying home run in the 9th. So just don't be Ketel Marte. But Corbin Carroll been hitting piss missiles all night long. I don't like this matchup. I don't like it one bit. Gets him to 2 strikes. But here's what happens. And here is the play that you have been waiting for. 95 up and in. Dansby knows that Corbin Carroll's fast, so he fakes the throw, goes over to third base. Garrett Hampson, what are you doing? Thank you so much. Dansby, he's celebrating. So is Matt Shaw. Presley's like, yeah, I don't deserve the save, but I guess I'm getting it. All right, so when we look at the replay of this play, this is what I love about Dansby Swanson. At this point, like, that ball, when it bounces, and look at how much ground he has to cover, and he doesn't have the arm. And so he knows with Corbin Carroll's speed, he is not going to get him. So what does he do? He doesn't try to be a hero. He doesn't try to make this crazy good throw. He doesn't try to Manny Machado it. He gets right here, and watch what he does. Fake throw. He is looking as soon as he does that fake throw. Look where his head goes. Boom. He's looking at third base. He's planning that thing out. He's not reacting to Garrett Hampson. He's proactively going after Garrett Hampson because he knows that that dude over there has also got some speed, and he catches him off guard. That's beautiful. That's why Dansby's going to win a Gold Glove. That's why Pete Crow-Armstrong's going to win a Gold Glove. There's going to be gold all over the Cubs diamond. And Garrett Hampson, dude, like, yikes. Good luck sleeping tonight. Hampson, you have one job, and that is to pinch run and to not get thrown out on the bases. Don't make silly outs on the bases. He made a silly out on the base. We're keeping track of those types of mistakes. They're called setup sins. The Diamondbacks had 7 tonight. The Cubs had 4. So is it any surprise that the Diamondbacks shoot themselves in the foot, lose this game 4-3? Cubs win. Great game overall. Just want to see the bullpen be a little bit better.